Welcome, everybody, to episode 41 of the effing title. This week we have Fetch, and we have the NFL sound. That actually worked.
Hello.
That
That was
actually
cool.
worked really well. Yeah.
Wonder what that update was. But
It is
it's good to be back. I took a 1 week hiatus. Had to get some things done, but
Fedge is
we're
back.
back.
Fedge is back. I actually have coffee again, so that's kind of cool.
I realize my picks are much worse when I have to submit them in. So
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. So NFL Week 10 review and Week 11 preview. So let's take a look at these picks that we were just talking about here. We'll just quickly glance over Fedge's just to
what?
5 and 9 with a +1 in his lock.
+1.
Yeah.
All right. Ground.
I went 8 and 6 with a -1. My locks have not been working well. I'm on a 2-lock losing streak. And Scratchy,
You're on a lock losing streak. Yeah.
Scratchy coming out of fucking nowhere with a 10 and 3 fucking record and getting a +1 lock. So now let's take a look at the overall standings for the season so far. Scratchy took the lead.
Oh man.
Yeah, Scratchy took a 2-point lead on me. So Scratchy's up 93 to 54 with a +2. I'm at 91 and 56 with a 0, and you are at a 82 and 65 with a 0 as well. So from where you were to where you are now, the comeback's still here.
Still a comeback, guys. Still a comeback. So it's just, but we're waiting. We're gonna slowly make this happen. But
yeah. So all right. So let's talk about Week 10 a little bit, really here, real quick, like.
Yeah.
Week 10 was interesting, man.
Yeah, we saw a lot of good plays, a lot of horrible football in the Browns-Texans game, mostly because of weather, but still bad football. Good football. I'm just going to give a little shout-out here to the Bills-Cardinals game. Phenomenal game there. Overall, I was actually really surprised with how well the Rams took care of business against Seattle, personally. What else is out there? Obviously, I mean, don't want to ran into your parade here, but the Patriots over the Ravens, obviously that's a huge game. And then even the Thursday night game, Colts Titans, I was surprised with Colts taking it to the Titans big time.
I mean, like I'm looking at this right now, and it's like Giants beating the Eagles. That's huge with the Eagles having the first place lead. The Pack only beating the Jags by 4. That's huge. Like, there was a lot of games. A lot of good games. The Dolphins-Chargers having a kind of a wild little show out there.
Yeah.
And then you have Drew Brees getting fucking, what was it?
So there's a lot of injuries. This
A
week,
bunch of broken ribs, impacted lung, and then of course we have the punching / laughing stock of the winning teams with the Bears putting up a total of like 140 fucking yards for the entire game or something stupid like that.
Yeah, it was bad. Definitely bad. Vikings are coming in their own right now. It just I kind of compare them to the Patriots in the AFC East, dude. I mean, the Patriots are coming on a little bit right now, kind of getting their act together a little bit. Beat up on the. I shouldn't say beat up, but they did beat up. They barely beat the Jets though 2 weeks ago, and then came back and obviously took it to Baltimore in a rainy-filled game. But I mean, it's a lot of injuries though. Obviously, Nick Foles injured. Matt Stafford injured, his thumb. Obviously, you mentioned Drew Brees. Teddy Bridgewater was a little banged up last week. Not really sure how serious his knee injury was. Drew Lock shoulder injury again. I mean, it's just injuries on injuries. It's just I feel like the season's never gonna end with that. It's just crazy.
It does seem weird how this season, especially, there's been more. I feels like anyway, there's been more injuries than normal.
Yeah, maybe even just more injuries to like the main people. You know what I mean? It's just people that you talk about, and it just sounds crazy.
And then for the Bears fans out there listening, I think I read something saying that the Bears are looking at getting Deshaun Kaiser off of.
I did read that.
Off of the free agency market, if I was correct. I mean, that's not a terrible thing, I guess, with what they have. I mean, if Foles is hurt, if Mitch is hurt, if you have Tyler Bray, I mean, like, yeah, you kind of need to figure your shit out there.
Yeah, but the thing is, even if they do sign Kaiser, you got to wait that 6-day period. I mean, this could be a Tyler Bray week for the Bears, no matter what. But Are they playing? I'm assuming they're playing. I didn't even look at the list, but
No, the Bears?
yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're not. So it actually works out for them. That's probably the reason they're bringing them in.
That
Now
makes
that I see
sense.
them on the buy list, but
All right, so
makes
now
sense they're bringing them in. But that's not speaking well for Mitch's current injury because you don't think he's going to be back in time, as well as obviously Foles too.
My boy. But okay, so going on to the part that I couldn't do last week because I don't fucking know any of this shit. COVID list.
COVID list. There's actually quite a few. I was just talking to Husky about this earlier, but quite a few big names on the list. I'm gonna start really with some of the bigger names, but you got Chiefs. I mean, let's talk about this real quick. This obviously is just a list of people currently on. If they do have their negative tests within 5 days, I believe it's 2 negative tests within 5 days, they are able to come off. Okay. But I'm just gonna name off some big names people here that could be interesting if they aren't able to get off this list. But you got Andy Janovich for the Browns.
Okay.
Eric Fisher.
Okay.
Mitchell Schwartz.
Oh.
Eric Armstead for the 49ers.
Okay.
Clinton Farrell for the Raiders. LaMarcus Joyner for the Raiders. Matt Ioannidis for the Washington Redskins. Browns are hit again, which actually just came out today, with Jack Conklin and Cody Parkey, their kicker.
Oh, shit.
The Raiders were hit again today. Big way, and I mean big way, with Jonathan Abram, Malik Collins, Jonathan Hankins, Arden Key, and backup in Kendall Vickers at D-tackle. All will hit today, put on the list. And then Javon Kinlaw for the 49ers was also another one to put on.
I saw the Kinlaw one.
In the NFL.
That's kind of wild, man. That's a lot of a lot of big buddies there too. A lot of big well-known linemen.
That was my thing coming into the year. There's line is deep in the trenches. You're gonna be a lot more closer contact with everyone. I was wondering if they were gonna be the ones to get, but so far it was actually pretty good. It wasn't really anything spread around there, but could be a little change into the tides,
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's kind of. I mean, that's kind of there's some interesting ones there. The Matt Ioannidis one is kind of interesting to me because I feel like I've seen him either injured or on the COVID list like this entire season.
Right.
Like.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
And for everyone out there that doesn't know, Matt Ioannidis is he a nose tackle or a D tackle? Which one do they have him listed as?
Nose tackle. He has D tackle, but I think it's more.
Yeah, I think he's a. I think he's a nose tackle for the Washington football team. I think he's a good lineman. I like him. I like Washington.
I think I actually said Redskins. Now that you actually just said football team.
I
Washington.
I have beaten myself into saying that now.
I still call them the San Diego Chargers. I mean, you got the Oakland Raiders. I mean, it's never going to leave me. But
quickly going on a side tangent, I've always said that the NFL should add more teams and put them in places where teams have left. So, put a team. So my thing is this, right? So put a team in Oakland. So what's the opposite of a Raider, for instance?
A Raider? Yeah, what's the opposite of a Raider? What are you going with?
Well, that's what I'm saying. What would you say the opposite of a Raider is?
I don't know what you say. A Good Samaritan. No.
Okay, so now they're the Oakland Good Samaritans. Do that sort of thing, just as a giant fuck you to the teams that left. What's the opposite of a Ram?
Chargers. You got the. No.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think
San Diego.
It would be fucking hilarious, bro. I think if you did that.
I think it'd be funnier if you made fun of them, like the San Diego Lightning Bolts.
Oh my god, that would be fucking hilarious. We're the San Diego Zeus's.
We're the St. Louis Mountain Rams.
Mountain Goats. Yeah, I was going to say, Mountain Goats. There we go. That's awesome.
All right, yeah, we're back on.
Back on. All right, so now let's get
to this good Thursday night matchup coming up.
Let's get into the week. Okay, so we're starting off Thursday night. This is actually a really good Thursday night game. We have Arizona at Seattle.
Great Thursday night game, yeah.
I'm going to go Arizona.
Scratch went with Arizona too, didn't he?
Yep, Scratch went Arizona too.
I'm going to, just so we can throw his pick out there, just so I can make a segue here, I'm going to go with Seattle, just for the simple fact that they played a few weeks back now, and Seattle ended up losing in overtime. Russell Wilson turned the ball, I believe, over 3 times in that game, including the one at the, 2-yard line where Budda Baker took it all the way back to the 5. I mean, they ended up getting no points, but it's still a pretty big play, obviously, stopping him there. And I don't think, Kyler Murray, and I saw firsthand last week.
Wait a minute, wasn't that You keep going. Keep going. I just had a little.
No, I'm just saying Kyler Murray and offense looked really good last week. I saw firsthand, playing the Bills. But I don't think if Russell Wilson takes care of the ball, which he's known to do, he's had a little bit of a streak here now. With turning the ball over, but I think he starts getting it back on track. The defense is still a major concern for me. But I think as you get Jamal in there, more comfortable with things, get him in the box, let him do his Jamal things. I think they're going to be a little bit better, and hopefully they can slow down Kyler Murray. But like I said, if he doesn't, Russell Wilson doesn't turn the ball over, I mean, Seahawks offense is as good as any in the game.
Facts. I mean, I was wondering. That was one of the Sunday night games that I did. After you said about the hawk down, I was like, wait a minute. I remember talking about that live. Like, why?
Yeah, that's
why
the one where DK he got caught.
I saw a video. I saw a video.
Was on a mission.
I saw a video online of someone playing Madden, and DK hawked one of the guy's linebackers down after they got a pick, and he's like, "Fucking happened to me again." Like that sort of thing. I think that both teams are kind of doing that up and down bullshit where they look like the most dominant team in the NFL and then they look like the worst team in the NFL. I'm just kind of rolling with the hot hand right now, honestly. I learned my lesson with the let Russ cook thing, and then went to Buff, and Buff said, "Oh, fuck you."
Yep. Yeah.
So maybe
Buffalo, got a little secret medicine for everyone out there. Bring some pressure on Russ, make him, quick throws, get it out of there, and actually turn the ball over a little bit, dude. Look good.
I mean, this is gonna be a hell of a game, no matter what. Like I said, this is gonna be a great Thursday night game. A lot of the Thursday night games recently, I've been seeing, like, it's just like, oh, really? Like, do we have to do this? Like,
Well, I mean, last week was pretty good though too. I mean, with Tennessee and Colts last week. I mean, it was one of those where I didn't think it was going to be as good a game as it was, but I mean, it ended up being still a pretty good game. I mean, it's just unfortunate with the Titans having, some botched special teams plays, and it's just, it shows the competitiveness this year overall. Just, you have to literally, I mean, you heard the phrase, you probably taught your kids the phrase, but you got to win the phases of the game, and special teams is obviously a big portion of the games nowadays.
Well, that was kind of the cool one when I was made, the special teams coordinator. That for those 2-3 years there it was like I was made that, and it's like, how much time do you need today? And I'm like 15, and he would be like, you need 15 minutes a day, and I was like, I'll take 20. And he's like, I don't know if I can give you 15. I was like, you're gonna give me 15, and he did, and we had a really good fucking special teams every year. So I mean, it's you have to win those 3 phases. Like,
offense and defense just won't do it anymore. I mean, perfect example. I'm actually gonna bring that up later with the Dolphins. I mean, Dolphins are winning special teams, and that's huge. I mean, they've had blocked punts, punt returns. Just special teams in general is cooking over there. Look at Joe Judge. I mean, he made a living out of it in New England. Now he's head coach. I mean,
exactly.
I was about to say, people are starting to realize that.
John Harbaugh too. Harbaugh was known about it for in Philly, and then he comes to Baltimore as the head coach, and he's still fucking around with it.
Actually was a pretty good special team guy too.
There we go.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he was.
There we go. See, that's the lineage. I'm now that's now my thing now. Is like, if you're a special team guy, that's the lineage. You just go. Speaking as you just said about Titans, let's move on to the beginning of the Sunday night game or Sunday day games. We got Tennessee at Baltimore.
We all know who you're going with.
It was
Scratch guy.
Scratch has Baltimore as well. He has the Ravens.
You were actually thinking about going against them?
Yeah, I was. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll give my reasons why in a little bit.
I was gonna say, honestly, I'm going with the Titans.
Okay.
And the simple reason is because watching the Ravens run defense, and they'll probably figure it out this week, shut them down, whatever. Nope. But watching the Ravens run defense struggle against Damian Harris and Rex Burkhead, Derrick Henry can tear that team apart. I mean, that's the thing that gets me. I mean, obviously the Patriots have a really good offensive line. Titans isn't too shabby either, but it's going to be a combination. I mean, I think Derrick Henry's going to run wild. The Ravens are having a lot of issues on offense. I mean, no offense to the Ravens here, but a lot of issues. I mean, you were even telling me that Lamar's saying that defenses are calling out plays, where they're going, what the play is. I mean, and that's an issue. That's honestly a Greg Roman issue, and he's got to get that figured out.
Yeah, and you and me have talked about that at depth as well, that part.
The thing is that the Ravens, so last point here, the Ravens have a lot more complex of an offense as far as reading, read options and zones. It's not as simplistic as turning the ball or turning around and handing it to your 6'3", 30, 40
Yeah,
pound
exactly.
back. You know what I mean? It's not as simplistic as that. But the Titans defense isn't that good. So if you're going to get it figured out, you can figure it out against that Titans defense. But I unfortunately still am going with the Titans.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, and I don't blame you. My thing was just so like, because of course I always look at all three phases, right? All three phases, all three teams. I'm not just gonna sit there and just like some people who throughout the week have either messaged or told me about that game and how this happened and it's like we don't have Class Campbell, who's a 6'8", 300 320 pounder. Who's just a monster man who's probably arguably having one of the best years of his career right now in Baltimore.
Yeah, yep.
We didn't have him. Brandon Williams went out midway through the first drive that the Patriots had. So that's two of our best. That's two of our monsters, as they call themselves, our 3 D linemen. They're gone. We don't have LJ Fort, who's kind of he's the all-around linebacker in the middle. So instead, we have Malik Harrison in there, who's mainly our third down guy. And I think that we weren't sure what the Patriots were going to do, and you saw like they'd run, and then they'd throw the play action, and you could see that we were trying to blitz them, but we couldn't get to them. And I think it's one of those things where defensively, I think we'll be fine this week. We have a full week to work on it. Brandon Williams is not playing this week, which is huge. Calais Campbell potentially is not playing this week as well, which is also huge. But I think that that's going to give Justin Matabuki, Roderick Washington time to actually get ready to be starters this week, sort of thing. And also, I did hear something about us potentially bringing back like Pecco.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But yet again, with the COVID, how many days off
makes it hard to bring people back.
Exactly, because I mean, he's the guy that played with us last year. Pre-COVID, he would have just been in playing, and then he would have been playing this weekend.
Yep, exactly. He knows the playbook. It's just
Offensively, I think we're gonna get it down. My thing is this, and like it's one of the things we talked about throughout this week. Stop forcing the fucking ball to Hollywood Brown. Stop it. But you look at it, and Mark Andrews is getting triple teamed by the Patriots. Hollywood Brown is going one-on-one with corners and losing. Devin Duvernay is fucking doing work. Willie Snee is doing work. Miles Boykin is doing work when they do throw it to him. I'm sorry. Get over this Hollywood Brown bullshit. Let's move on. I'm fucking sick of it.
He's not bad. I mean, you need a burner on every team. I mean, I'm not gonna give him that.
Oh, true.
But he's got to back it up, though. I mean, you've got what you want. You're getting balls thrown your way. Dude, figure it out.
Well, that's the thing. Is like he bitches and complains because he isn't getting the balls thrown to him, and then Lamar's now looking for him as his number one target, not Mark Andrews, who, hey, that's who you should be fucking throwing the ball to most of the plays. Now he's looking at Hollywood, and Hollywood's not coming down with the ball. Hollywood isn't trying to aggressively go get the ball like he should. It doesn't make sense to keep throwing it to him at this point. But I'm going Baltimore because I think this is a workaround week where I think that we're going to pull this out very late in the game, sort of thing. I think it's going to be a close game. Lions. We got the Lions at the Panthers. I am going with my Detroit team. Detroit.
Who's Rob got?
Rob is also going with his team of Detroit.
So I'm going to say this right now. I'm going with the Panthers in hopes that we get a Matt Stafford's out, Teddy Bridgewater's out. I want to see PJ Walker shine.
Shit, I forgot about that. Fuck.
Teddy Bridgewater, they're saying could be out without him. They're saying that there's a pretty good chance that that Matt Stafford is going to play. But I mean, Matt Stafford relies a lot on that ball, getting some zip on the ball, and with the thumb issue, I mean that's tough to hold on the ball, in my opinion. I just think it's gonna be a good game for the Panthers. I don't care who's coming in at quarterback. You have a pretty simplistic offense as far as quick passes, handing the ball off, screens. I mean, it's simplistic offense. I think PJ can come in and do it. And PJ's an athlete. That's what I'm going with. So I don't care if we get Teddy in there, PJ in there. Yeah. I think they're going to be able to exploit the Lions' defense. So that's why I'm going with the Panthers.
I think that just without Teddy in there, I feel like the team already it's like it's missing a piece or two. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think without Teddy there, now it's missing more of a piece or two. I love PJ. I'm wearing.
Even with Christian McCaffrey's already rolled out too.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
mean,
another
I'm
thing
wearing
that's-
my St. Louis Battlehawks shirt right now. So I mean, like I love PJ because of the XFL. But I don't see it. I think Detroit is going to get back on track. You know,
we'll find out. It should be. I mean,
this
a good
is
game
going to be a good one. Yeah,
of injured teams. That's really what it is.
I feel like that is the new saying for this season. Is the shit team versus the shit team, the injured team versus the injured team. Speaking of shit and injured, we have the Eagles at Cleveland. I'm going Philly. I'm going Eagles.
Anyone but the AFC or NFC East, dude. What are you doing?
Scratchy is doing that, and Scratchy is going Cleveland. I can't pick Cleveland, bro. I can't do it.
You can't. I can't pick the Eagles.
I can't pick Cleveland. I can't.
The thing is, they both looked bad on offense last week. I'm chalking it up as Cleveland's for the weather that was there. That's what I'm hoping all it was. Cleveland's not a bad team if they can get a running game going, and this is Nick Chubb's second week back from injury, so I'm hoping him and Hunt can put it together a little bit, get Landry involved, and get the offense moving down the field. It's a tough game. The NFC East. I'm going back to what we originally said. I can't pick the NFC East, dude. Can't do it.
I can't pick Cleveland. This is just a personal. This is a personal one for me. I can't do it. I'm putting all of my, I want to win the picks thing away, and it's just no. I think this is just going to be the week that they come back, that they get back on it. I mean, after kind of a bad showing, but also how much of that was weather. And then the Eagles going toe to toe with the Giants, and like we said the last 2 weeks, Giants aren't looking terrible right now. I feel like the Giants are finally kind of figuring shit out a little bit. And also we had the fist fight with Joe Judge and their O-line coach. So I mean,
did you see the O-line coach is coming in though?
No, who they got coming in?
Dude from Indy, dude. I mean, he's a good-looking O-line coach over there.
Yeah, see, so I mean, like a tough game like that. He
was there 2018, but still.
Yeah, I mean, like so, Yeah, see, I'll take a tough game over a 7-10 with Houston, who looks like they just want to give up and go home every week. And
which brings us to our next point.
Yeah, exactly. To the next team on our list, Patriots at Houston. I'm going Patriots. Scratch is going Patriots.
I'm going Patriots.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Texans are pretty much done this year, dude. I mean, they're packing it in. You got J.J. Watt already saying that he doesn't want to be there anymore.
I was gonna say when you have
a ring,
when you have your franchise player, because let's be honest here, Deshaun Watson isn't the franchise. J.J. Watt is. When you have the franchise
Not
guy,
anymore because he won't be there.
Exactly. When you have the franchise guy being like, "I'm fucking sick of this place. I don't know why they didn't trade me. I just want my ring."
And he literally said it the other day. Said that if the Steelers have any open roster spots, count me in or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean,
he's out.
Oh my, he's gone. He's leaving. Let's be honest. Next year he will not be a Texan. And yeah, the Patriots going to do exactly what they did this past week. They're going to run 4 fucking plays, 2 formations, and they're just going to fucking
Yeah, run it at them, play a tough physical game, and get the dub. I mean, that's the... I mean, it's scary watching. I don't care what Patriots team it is. It's scary watching the Patriots get going as a Bills fan. I mean, yeah, I think we're, technically 2.5 games up on them in the division, but it's scary watching the Patriots get things right and start cruising. I don't, you're always looking in your rearview mirror for that team. As a Bills fan, it's been
exactly, and especially the other thing as well. And this is just one for going down the line. So you have Cam that can throw the ball. You have Julian, who we all know was a quarterback at Kent State. He can throw the ball. Now you have Jacoby Myers, who we just found out was a quarterback in high school.
Yep.
And he can throw the fucking ball. So, now that they just opened that up against Baltimore, teams now will have to, and this is the thing I don't think people understand really, is that, that's something you're going to have to spend time on a little bit. It may not be a lot of time, but you still have to take into account of that. And that can take away potential time from other things that you need to do. But it's still a threat. So you have a potential threat of 3 guys doing that. It's this is gonna be easy claps. And I'm surprised no one has picked that as a lock yet. We still have yet to have our
I
locks
don't even
come
know
in.
what my lock is. I haven't decided yet.
I have mine, and it's a stupid lock. I'm going back to my old rules of stupid locks. So now we have Green Bay at Indianapolis. I'm going the Pack. Scratchy's going Indy.
I am going the Pack as well.
I don't know why you picked Indy, to be 100% honest here. Like
Indy's looking good. That defense, I am going to say, is a reach. It might be they're the best defense in the league.
Who, Indies or
Indies? They're
Ooh.
a really good defense, flying around. I mean, young group. There's it's led by Darius Leonard, dude. I mean, he's a stud. He's a stud in the middle of that defense. The thing that gets me with the Colts is they do have 10 days because they played on last Thursday, so they have 10 days coming, back. And obviously, like we already mentioned, the Packers did not look good. Only beat the Jaguars by 4. I thought that was going to be a blowout. Hence the reason I picked it as my lock of the week last week. But I think they get back on track here. I mean, they could potentially get Allen Lazard back for the Pack. I think Aaron Jones are going to get a little bit more involved. Jamal Williams a little bit more involved. I think the Pack. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout by any stretch, but I think the Pack win this game.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a close game. And then also, I just thought about it like this as well. It was a 4-point game, but also remember one of those touchdowns was it was either kickoff return or a punt return. Speaking of all 3 phases,
Yep.
So I mean that's
Shark.
one of those anonymous I know I'm going to mess up this word Jesus Christ.
Anonymous? Is that what you're saying?
No.
What are you saying?
I'm trying
Anomaly?
there we go. Yeah, there we go. The word that Jeff just said. Yeah. Anonymous. Fuck me.
Anomaly.
See?
Anomaly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's something that's supposed to happen.
Exactly. Like it happens. Like every team may get one a season, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not
like
a guarantee. Exactly. It's not. It's not a.
Anomaly.
Exactly. But yeah, no. So like, I think that. I mean, like everyone talks about how we need to get Green Bay a wide receiver or another thing. They're fucking throwing the ball around to Valdez Scantling. They're throwing the ball around to Allen Lazard, who nobody has heard of, who out of my franchise Madden League like 3 years ago. I see you, dude. You do work. Like you see these guys, and it's like Rodgers is doing what Rodgers needs to do as an elite quarterback. He's making weapons.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does, yeah. Yep.
And that's kind of scary because like when you have a guy like that, it's like you get a guy like Devontae Adams who's already good. But yeah, no, I think that I agree with you. Indy's defense is very good. Adding Arik Armstead, DeForest Buckner. Adding DeForest Buckner this offseason that was a genius move because you already have a young defense that's really grounded. You have a lot of great positions there. So what do? Instead of drafting a guy that potentially could be a bust, you go out there and you go get one of the best D linemen in the league.
Dude, it goes back to our pre-draft status last year. With all COVID, you can't get these proper meetings with these kids. Same reason the Bills traded for Stephon Diggs. Probably the same reason the Cardinals pulled the trigger on going for Hopkins. I mean, they didn't pay too much, but probably the same reason. And I mean, it's you know what you're going to get for those guys. Yeah, you have to pay them now, but you know what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. If you think they're a fit for your team. And honestly, all of them are working out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, Hopkins is a great fit for Kyler Murray out there. Stephon Diggs leads the league in receiving yards right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's you had to do it. I mean, that's what they chose to do. They did that instead of an unproven, and it's working out for all those teams.
And like you said, you have a young Indy defense, and now you bring in a guy that's he's only been in the league for 5 years.
Yep.
Still, that's a vet now at that point.
It's a veteran. Yeah, it's a veteran.
So this dude now is that brings in that veteran defense and some presence that you need. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a really good game. Speaking of games that are going to be good and how this one potentially either will be good or won't be, Pittsburgh or Jacksonville.
You said won't be?
I said
Steelers. Lock it up.
Oh, you're locking it up? All right, there we go. You know what, Jeff? Do I do this?
Don't tell me you're going to Jaguars this game.
I'm fucking doing it. Fuck it, I'm doing it. Jaguars. I just changed my pick. Change the pick mid podcast. I'm changing it. Hey, Jacksonville's been looking good the last few weeks. Pittsburgh should not be undefeated.
Oh, 100% they shouldn't be undefeated. And I agree with you there. I mean, they're bringing a lot of close games down, but they're oh my goodness, there's so many levels above Jacksonville right now.
See,
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
we said that about Packers last week.
Yeah, but that's different between Aaron Rodgers
Like,
playing on the road. I mean, he's been known to
exactly.
not play well on the road.
But that's the thing, though. So now it's
It's-
Pittsburgh going into Jacksonville. They got to go into the swamp. You can't see the
only thing
Jaguars in
that,
the trees.
that creates a problem here is if Jacksonville has some bad weather down there and the game gets canceled. That's about the only chance the Jaguars have. This game's locked up, done, said, over with. Come on.
I'm doing it just because I need to do something stupid. I do something stupid once a week, so I got to do. That's my stupid. I mean, I already picked it,
Oh, is that
Philly,
your
but
one?
yeah.
I'm thinking about this next one. Mine,
Oh my God, really?
and I don't know.
So the next one is we have Atlanta at New Orleans. Nolans.
Oh, jeez.
Me and Scratchy both going Saints. Like, it wasn't even a. This is a
I'm going the
no-brainer.
Falcons because
Oh my
I'm not going with the turnover machine, Jameis Winston. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go like. I want to say this is going to be mid-30s, dude. Each team.
So this is
Defense is not. Oh.
So this is my thing. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think that the Saints' defense is by far the best defense the Falcons have seen this season. And
Probably.
I don't care how many fucking turnovers Jameis Winston throws. He's going to throw so many fucking touchdowns because he has so many better receivers and weapons and line and everything than he's ever had in Tampa.
Dude, he did that last year. He threw 30 and 30, didn't he?
Yeah, that's
Come
fine.
on.
He can throw 30 and 30 in this one game. And also, I'm gonna read right here what Scratchy says, which is lock is New Orleans, so lock for Scratchy, boom. But then he also wrote Winston's revenge tour begins.
First off, can't be a tour when he's only going to play 1 or 2 games. That's the first thing.
Now this
Scratch is wrong there.
Wait, how is he only going to play a game or two when Drew Brees has broken ribs, fractured ribs, and an impacted lung?
He'll heal. He's tough.
What is it? It's week 11.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's going to be at least four weeks, and then by that point, they see how the division looks. If they've locked up a playoff spot, they're going to just let him rest until playoffs.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, think about it.
This year's different. This year's different because if it doesn't matter about division, it matters about locking up that number 1 seed.
Well, true, but then also think about it like this.
You need that number 1 seed to get that bye week, which is even more important for them.
We also think about it like this though, as well, right? Because you and me have talked about this. Taysom Hill's 32 or 30 or however fucking old he is.
Yeah.
This would give them a perfect opportunity to see what they have at backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean Taysom Hill's not going to be the backup quarterback.
I mean, quarterback of future.
They're not going to roll him out there as a quarterback. He's too much of a gadget player to roll out as a strict quarterback. They're not going to do it.
I'm just saying. I mean,
that
also
experiment already failed multiple times with a guy named Tim Tebow. Multiple times, multiple different teams.
I'll straight up say right now, Tebow was better than Taysom Hill.
I agree, but if they let's see, if they used Tim Tebow the way they used Taysom Hill, they've been a lot more successful with Tebow in his days.
Mm-hmm. But also, I'm going to go back to the thing I've been saying since week 2. ABA. Anybody but Atlanta. Moving on.
They can't see anybody but Atlanta, man. Come on.
Moving on. Last week,
that team's out there moving.
Last of the 1 o'clock games, we got Cincinnati at the Washington football team. I'm going Cincinnati.
Atlanta's coming off a bye. They'll look real good, dude. Real good.
Scratchy's going Cincinnati.
See, my problem is here. I've been banking on the Washington football team winning some games. Good catch there, Jeff.
Yeah, I was going to say that was
Washington football
actually
team
really
winning
good
some
cut.
games because of their defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Where has that defensive line been lately, dude? Where have they been? They haven't been showing up.
I think their defensive line was the first like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That was it. And then as soon as the film came out, shit got shut down.
Yeah, look, it's bad. I'm going the Bengals here too. I think Joe Burrow wins this game. But it's going to become. I'm going to say it again. It's going to come. Washington doesn't have a good team. Obviously, they have a better quarterback in Joe Burrow than they do in Alex Smith on the other side. But Alex still threw for 390 last week. Yeah, it was a comeback effort, but still threw for 390.
Yeah, still. I mean, that's.
So I mean, it's going to be a good game. I think offense are going to be able to move it on some pretty bad defenses. But the thing is, do I want to switch this? I don't know, because it's going to come down to who turns the ball over. And Joe Burrow, neither quarterback turns the ball over.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe Burrow is more prone to a turnover than Alex Smith, though. I'm going to guarantee that.
So you're going to switch?
That's
See, my thing is,
I'm keeping the Bengals. I'm keeping the Bengals, but it's going to come down to turnovers, and I don't know. I'm keeping the Bengals. I can't go with Alex Smith yet.
I don't trust either team. Let's just be fully honest right there. I don't trust either team right now. Because like I said, I was saying about how this D-line looks scary, and then we haven't heard fucking hide nor hair of it for the last few weeks. Both defenses are terrible, first of all. But at the end of the day, though, my thing goes to, like, you're saying quarterback play for, like, who's going to make the turnover. I'm saying quarterback play of who's more fucking pissed off right now. And Joe Burrow has that swag about him, and he's pissed. They haven't been playing well recently. And they're going to go up against a bad defense. He's going to get ready to light this motherfucker up. Like, so moving on, though, to the first of the 4 o'clock games, we have the Miami Dolphins at the Denver Broncos. Me and Scratch are going Dolphins.
Why?
Going Dolphins. Fins all the way.
See, my issue is here. We're going to go back to my issues, because I have a lot of them, guys. So let's put that here. Drew Lock, if he doesn't play this game, they're in trouble. Miami's looking hot, though. They've been like you said, going back to winning the 3 phases. Yeah. They didn't win, I'm going to even say the offensive phase against the Rams, but they came out with the win because they won the defensive phase, and they won the special teams.
If you win 2 out of the 3.
Score on special teams.
If you win 2 out of the 3, you should win the game.
Yeah, it's not even like they just good field position, flip field position, anything like that. It's they get punt blocks, they get punt returns, they get it's just
it's
tough.
It's
tough
amazing.
To go against this team right now.
It's amazing seeing the change from last year to this year in the Dolphins.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I love it. Mainly just because I love that, like, what is it? It's like a tealish color, right? I love the look of the unis. I like seeing bad teams becoming good again, and that's what we're seeing. And Tua's undefeated.
Yeah,
Tua's undefeated.
Well, the team's undefeated. Tua threw for 90 yards his first game. The team's undefeated. Don't tell me Tua's undefeated. The team's undefeated.
Since Tua has been named the starting quarterback, Tua is undefeated.
Yeah, I'm undefeated as a quarterback too. Okay, I'm undefeated as a quarterback. Get over. We're gonna go with the Dolphins. Lock it up for all of us. But
yeah, no, I mean
I'm not happy about it. Let's put it that way.
So here we go. We got Jets at Chargers. I'm going Chargers. Scratch is going Chargers.
What?
Yep.
Jets are winning this game.
Wow. Oh, hey, Jeff.
This is the Jets win right here.
Wait. Can you hear that?
You're locking that up.
Can you hear that? Locking it up.
I can't believe you do that. The Jets haven't been bad the last couple of games. The Jets are coming off a bye week. Joe Flacco looked great against...
That's because Joe's elite.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, bottom line. Looked great against New England defense that made Lamar look bad. In bad weather, I'm going to give him that. But the Chargers defense isn't what it was. I think the Jets come out and surprise some people here. You know why? Because the Jets have nothing to lose, and they have like a 40-game lead over the first position now. Because
I was about to say when you just said nothing to lose, I was about to say other than the first pick.
I mean, the first
other
overall
than
pick.
Lawrence
But
Trevor.
the thing is, they can win this game and still have the first overall pick. Yeah, it's between them and Jacksonville. Let's be honest, that's where it's going to be. But no, I think the Jets come out and surprise some people here.
I think this is gonna be a good game, but my thing is I'm going I love Joe. I love Joe.
Yep.
I love Herbert. This is the game where Herbert finally gets over that hump of I'm gonna be the best fucking quarterback that was been drafted in the last few years, and I'm 2-7.
That's the problem right now is they can't finish games, and the Chargers haven't been able to do it in forever.
And I think this is going to be the game that changes it. That's my thing. I think this will be the game that changes it.
Did you send me that stat of the only teams that had one score losses this year? The freaking the team with no losses, the team with one loss, and the team with 7 losses. No, they don't know how to finish games. No.
It's I'm just saying, like, if you can't win this game as the Chargers at this point, you tank the rest of your season.
I'm not gonna say you tank.
Nope, I say you tank. Nope, I say you tank it.
You don't want to lose that confidence because, like you said, Herbert's been looking.
I'm not saying like tank is in like you like purposely say. I just say like, okay, so we're not winning, so this is what we're gonna do. Herbert, you're gonna throw the ball fucking 30 times a game, 40 times a game.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, have fun.
Like, you find out what you got out there with everyone else. Bring up some players. Look at some.
It's like what Arizona did last year. It's like what Arizona did last year towards the end of the year, towards this part of the season as well. Because I remember talking with you guys about it when they let go of Suggs.
Yep.
And they just cut him. Suggs was like, I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna retire in Arizona. This is where I live. This is my home. That sort of thing. And then they're like, yeah, we're cutting you because they want to see what else they had. I could see them doing that, but no, this is my lock. Bam, locked in.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Dallas at Minnesota.
Vikings.
I was gonna say, do we have to talk about this one? Like,
we don't need to talk about this, but I will real quick. Usually, I like to pick teams coming off byes. I don't like to pick the Dallas Cowboys because they suck. Andy Dalton is looking like he's going to come back.
It doesn't matter.
But you got a guy named Dalvin Cook on the other side that says, "Hello, give me the ball." Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Justin Jefferson's looking great.
This is my thing.
Dallas just doesn't have enough,
ability
to stop Justin Jefferson and Thielen and Cook.
I got 2 questions. For you. Okay. Number 1. Is Dallas defense going to play selfish?
Yeah, they always do. Why not?
Okay. Is a person named Dak Prescott a quarterback?
He is the quarterback. But not this game.
Okay. The other team will win. That's my new lock point for this, because that's how we're going. Like, for every game that's against Dallas, that's how I'm picking now. Is the defense still playing selfish, and do they still have someone that isn't Dak Prescott a quarterback? Because they can't prove to me that they can win yet. Also, I read some article. I don't read. Let's be honest here. I don't read articles that much. I saw an article today that said, "Does Dallas cut Ezekiel Elliott in the offseason?" And I saw it, and I just immediately was like, "Whoever wrote this, you are an idiot."
So I actually was talking with my Dallas buddies, and they actually said the same thing, and they want it to happen.
Okay, interesting.
It goes back to, you got Tony Pollard there, who's looked actually pretty good behind the same offensive line that Ezekiel Elliott is struggling to run behind. Mm-hmm. Ezekiel Elliott is still, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing, overweight and slow. Like, it's he got paid, got out of there. It's just, okay, he gets his guaranteed. Get him out of there. That's, if you can trade him, you can try to trade him. You're not going to get anything for him. His contract's too big. That's the problem.
So I like to play devil's advocate. Mm-hmm. Is his weight gain? Could his weight gain have anything to do with COVID?
Sure, I don't care. I don't care what your weight gain has relations to. Yeah, he could have personal problems that I have no idea about. But bottom line is that he's a professional athlete. He's paid to be a professional athlete. That's your job. Do your job, and you got to keep your body in the right composition to be able to do your job at the highest level. Everyone else has done it. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, we can also look back at, like, remember Albert Hainsworth?
Oh, I agree. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying
fucking,
that he shouldn't be excused for it. If he's depressed, there's a lot of things going on.
That's what I'm wondering. Is like, my wondering is,
but it doesn't excuse him.
Did he get the big head on him? He was getting ready for this next season. COVID hits, and then he kind of relaxes on training a little bit because, hey, I'm fucking Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, well, the issue is that he relaxed on his body and got a tattoo that said "feed me" on his stomach. That's where he relaxed at. That's the issue. That was the stupidest decision he's made all along.
Dumb. You're not wrong. I wouldn't do something like that. And that's coming from a guy that almost got a head tattoo. So yeah,
it would have been better. I'm fine with that. Like, I'm okay. Just a little side tangent. I'm okay with tattoos if they mean something to you. and you can justify it. I don't care what it is,
Oh, yeah.
where it is, whatever you want to do. That's your body. You can do whatever you want. This was a stupid tattoo, sir. Stupid tattoo. If it means something to you, which obviously it does, you try to feed yourself after every play. But the problem is, you couldn't stop feeding yourself during COVID. That's the problem. Stop eating, Zeke. Stop eating. Get back to your original playing shape, and you'd be fine. The offensive line, yes, you're banged up. Yes, but you still should be able to run behind. It's still one of the best offensive lines in the league.
All right, they've made sure of that in the last few years.
Go watch some tape. Go get in shape. Like, Tony Pollard's doing fine. Tony can do it. Why can't you, Zeke? Why can't you? Because you're a Buckeye. That's why. Get out of here.
Ooh.
Next.
Ooh. I'm also going to stay on the side tangent really quick. I was going to get a Raven on the side of my head.
There you go. Get the Raven.
I was because like it's the Norse thing and all that, and I was saying it to my dad at one point when I had my side of my head shaved. And I was like, yeah, like, you know, I was like, in the TV show Vikings, Ragnar Lothbrok has a raven on the back, like, it's like by his ear, like right around his ear. So I was like, I just want to, like, I was like, I'm thinking about getting something like that. And my mom overheard me, and I've never heard my mom say this before with a straight face. She looked dead, like me, dead in the fucking eyes, dead stare, angriest I've ever heard her. And she's like, I will fucking disown you if you do that. And then walked out of the room. And I was like, and I looked over at my dad, and my dad was like, don't do it. It's like, all right, for shit. Like, well, my thing was this: is like, of course, I don't have the side of my head shaved anymore. I have long hair now. You wouldn't fucking see it, like, you know. So, yeah. So now we go on to Sunday Night Football, which you can catch here live on the YouTube. I mean, no, yeah, YouTube.com. Jesus, Twitch.tv/Big75 Husky 75. We'll be doing the play-by-play of this game, Kansas City at the Raiders.
And I'm pretty sure when I was looking through Rob's picks that he picked the Raiders to win this game.
He picked the Raiders. This was a tough one for me, bro, honestly.
It is not a tough one. Andy Reid coming off a bye. We're going back to bye weeks. Andy Reid coming off a bye just doesn't lose. The Chiefs have something to prove here, and that is that the first time they lost to the Raiders, the last interception that Patrick Mahomes has thrown was a fluke. And it's going to happen. The Raiders aren't going to win this game. The Raiders aren't. No.
See, you said that. I'm also picking the Chiefs. Well, we said that the first time too. We said the Raiders weren't going to win, and then they won.
My reason for not picking the Raiders last time was because they were going to get big heads, and it's just.
I think this is.
I don't see it. You got more stuff that they didn't have Le'Veon Bell the first time around. That's going to be a different piece. Whether or not DeAndre Baker plays for the Chiefs, that's a different piece. It's supposed to be signing with him. That's cool. But it's just... okay, let me retract my statement here. If all of these offensive linemen are out for the Chiefs, like they're on COVID right now, I'm still picking the Chiefs because you got Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to bet against that man. But I'm not going to say it's impossible with that happening.
Coming off a bye.
Yep.
And then this is my other thing, is that the Raiders came into Kansas City and beat them. For a team that's built around Mahomes, Kelsey, and all them, you know those boys aren't taking that lightly.
No.
And I feel like this is going to be a statement game because it's in Vegas.
In Vegas, the lights.
You know, it's like you want to beat us. You want to bullshit beat us at home. We're going to fucking embarrass you in Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. I agree.
Don't get me wrong, it's still going to be fun watching Josh Jacobs run some motherfucker over.
Josh Jacobs is a stud.
Yeah, he's fucking unreal. And then we
it's just...
Go ahead.
Derek Carr, though, I
don't like him.
I'll never be sold on him.
Oh.
Just won't happen. Sorry.
He's a good quarterback who is a great backup. There we go. That's the best way of putting it.
Would you even go as far as saying if David was on this team that Derek's been on, he'd probably perform better? I liked David more coming out of college personally, but that's a different story for a different day.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, David had all the fucking skills. It's just like that line. Oh my god! Want to talk about bad O lines in the NFL? Fucking A.
Exactly.
But that's the thing,
all right,
though.
let's get
Yeah.
this.
All right.
Oh,
So
sorry.
no, I was just saying like that. That's the thing, though. Is it's just like I don't trust it. I don't trust Derek Carr. I put Derek Carr in the same category that I put Tyrod Taylor, that I put Nick Foles, that I put Sam Bradford. They're all guys that are they're okay starters, but they're never going to be anything better than that.
I like it.
So now we move on to Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
Live in Tampa, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing against the LA Rams. Rob is picking the Buccaneers. I'm picking the Rams.
The what?
Yep.
You just said the Rams.
The Rams.
Nah, that's not happening. Nah,
The Rams.
The Buccaneers win this game.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the last time the Rams traveled cross country and won a game. Let me know when that happens, and then I might do it again. I think it's a good game. I'm not gonna, don't get me wrong here. It's definitely going to be a good game. It's a good Monday night game. I'm just waiting for Tom Brady and Antonio to click, dude. It's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen. Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Rob, when it all hit, dude, they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know?
So I agree with you there. The thing is, though, is they still have a very young offensive line. The Brady has verbally, and we've all heard it now, negatively critique on field, off field, in the media, just everything. And you're going up against the best player in the entire fucking league. Donald's gonna have a fucking field day against this O-line.
I mean, the O-line's not bad, but yeah, I agree. I mean, Donald should have a pretty big game. If Jalen Ramsey can shut up and do his stuff, but who else on that Ram defense really scares you besides those two?
Honestly, you know what? There is one. Let me just make sure I am right here, but go ahead.
I'm just saying, they're going to have trouble shutting them all down. They got so many weapons now. That's my thing, is weapons. Weapons, dude.
Leonard Floyd.
Yeah. He's
had a resurgence, bro. He just won Defense Player of the Week.
That's fine. I could do something once a week too.
Let's see. He had three sacks and 5 solo tackles against the Seahawks.
Yep. That's okay.
And the Seahawks line is tremendously better than Tampa's.
The Seahawks is
tremendously better than the Tampa's.
You're on crack.
Than Tampa's?
You're on crack. No, Tampa's is a lot better than the Seahawks. The Seahawks have never had a good line. They will refuse to pay their linemen.
Ever since Walter Jones.
What?
Ever since Walter Jones.
Exactly. Yes.
The best pure pass blocker and tackle to ever play the game of football.
Besides me.
You didn't play tackle. You played guard. Now that I say that,
you don't know me.
I'm trying to think who would be the best pass blocking guard in the NFL.
Pass blocking guard?
So the thing, it's a sentence that you never really hear, so. Because I always say that there's always the holy trinity of tackles, and that was, for me anyway, it was Orlando Pace, Walter Jones, and Jonathan Ogden.
Those are some old names. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Well, because to me, because that's the tackles that I fucking grew up with when I was learning football. Yeah. You had Walter Jones as pure pass blocker, you had Orlando Pace as the pure run blocker, and you had Jonathan Ogden, which was all around the best tackle to ever play the game.
Yep. Oh, they're all great. It's like I said, it's going to be a good game. You can't, but I just don't trust them.
My thing is like I love watching the Rams offense. Like when it's clicking, I love watching it because it's poetry in fucking motion. Just watching that scheme.
I agree, and that's my problem. I just don't trust them to be consistent. They've been so up and down. I feel like they never play a complete game, and that's what gets me with them.
Okay.
The Bills game is a perfect example. They didn't wake up to halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, true.
And that's just, I don't know. Sean McVay still has got some mastermind plays. The misdirection. I honestly love the fact that they got what's his name going? Cam Akers last week. Gave him 10 carries. Great.
Oh, let's go.
Keep giving the guy the ball. He is the best best one you have there. He is.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know, like, come on.
Honestly, I would not be surprised to see them take another running back this next year at some point.
Another running back?
Yep. Super early NFL draft prediction. I wouldn't be surprised if they take another running back. And I'll even say this, within the first 4 rounds.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna say that would not surprise me at all. I don't even know contracts yet, but yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Would not surprise me. I mean, like they lose their best back, and then suddenly now they're like, fuck, you know. But all right, that's it. That's the Week 11 preview, though, here at the effing title. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting way to see the season wrap down.
It's great. It's gonna be a lot of good races coming down. I'm gonna love it.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like,
as long as it's not the Bills. The Bills should just walk away with their division. Everyone should just stop. Okay. I don't want to have to worry about this. I don't want to have to play the Dolphins Week 17.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't want to be in Baltimore's situation right now. Is that what you're saying? Because we're in a shit situation right now, bro. Like, fuck me.
Yeah, well, you're gonna. I mean, you'll get in the playoffs now.
Maybe.
It's not.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
He'll be fine.
But anyways, eventually here for everybody, because you guys can see we kind of do our little steps there that we do. We'll also be doing a playoff watcher and playoff look ahead and that sort of thing as well. Just kind of see where everything is lining up and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, that's it. That's the Week 10 review. That's the Week 11 preview. Jeff's playing comeback. I'm trying to get my number 1 spot back, and Scratchy can, because he's not here and can't defend himself. Fuck you.
Yeah, Scratch, get out of here.
Maybe next week. But yeah. So depending on where you are. Also, Jeff, anything left you got to say?
No. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy this week, sitting back, relax, and watch some football, and not scream at the TV at all, because the Bills are nice bye week, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Oh.
Enjoy this bye week and get ready for this playoff push coming up, and I am excited. Excited. Speaking of which, are we still doing this next Wednesday? Let our viewership know. With Turkey Day being the next day.
Fuck! I didn't even think about that. I did not even think about that. As of right this second, I'm going to say yes. I don't know how you feel about that, how Rob feels about that, but I'm going to say yes as of right now.
I honestly don't know what my schedule, where we're going, or
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Don't hunt me down, people. I'm practicing social distancing. Let me go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. But I don't know. I just didn't know if you had anything you wanted to do with that. So
yeah, no, that's a good question. I didn't even fucking think about it, honestly. Yeah. So I mean, as of right now, for everybody that does watch this, we will be back on Wednesday as of right this second. But if things do change, it might go to Tuesday, like that sort of thing. Or it might just be me, like that sort of thing again. But yeah, there we go. So, hope you guys will have a great rest of your week. Hope you guys enjoy Thursday Night Football tonight.
Tomorrow night.
Tonight, because I'm uploading it tomorrow, so for the YouTube,
gotcha. That really happens.
Yeah, for the few YouTube people that watch.
Everyone, enjoy your football tonight.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
So depending on where you are right this second, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Stay out of trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Shut up, you small dick loser. Hear that fucking guy?
Oh, what happened?
There's just some guy revving his engine as he drives by. Bye!